Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. This is your full-time match reaction on the final day of the 2025-2026 Premier League season. What a way to end the season. 3 points, a clean sheet, third place clinched, Champions League football next season for Manchester United. Michael Carrick is Manchester United's new manager. And what a day for Bruno Fernandes. What a day for Bruno Fernandes, who didn't just equal the Premier League all-time assist record. Bruno Fernandes has today officially broken the Premier League assist record held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. It goes to show what a player Bruno Fernandes is for Manchester United in that midfield. What a day. What a weekend, and what a result for this football club to end the season on a massive, massive high. A clean sheet, all 3 points, and we took Brighton to the absolute cleaners. We took Brighton to the cleaners. What a day, what a weekend, what a result, and what a way to end the season for this football club. Champions League football, we finished third. We finished above Liverpool and Chelsea and Villa and Newcastle, who all finished above us last season. We're back into the Champions League. We're back into Europe. We've kept a clean sheet. And Manchester United's all-time assist record is now held by Bruno Fernandes in Premier League history. What a player, what a guy, and what a captain, and what a leader that guy is for Manchester United in that midfield. Honestly, we would be absolutely lost without Bruno Fernandes. We would be absolutely lost without him. If you didn't have his assists, we wouldn't score the goals that we score. But honestly, he's a captain, he's a leader, he's a role model, he's an inspiration. Bruno Fernandes is a fantastic, fantastic captain, a fantastic leader for this club. And to go on and break the all-time Premier League assist record, it goes to show what a player this guy actually is. He's better than Kevin De Bruyne. He's better than Thierry Henry. And that goes on paper for breaking the all-time assist record today on this Sunday evening. It should have been more, but I can't really complain at all. Lol, says the Sandman. What a season. What a game, Bruno. Bruno, please smash that like button. Please drop a follow. Would really, really appreciate it. Honestly, where would we be without Bruno Fernandes? Where would we be without Bruno Fernandes in this team? We would have no leader. We would have no captain. We wouldn't really have that guy that we need to lead that midfield and to lead that team out. We wouldn't have him. If Manchester United didn't have Bruno, where would we be? Honestly, where would we be without Bruno Fernandes? Where would we be without him? Honestly, he has done so much for this football club this season. He has done so much for this club, and the transformation since January, since Michael Carrick came in for the sacked Ruben Amorim, Bruno Fernandes and Michael Carrick have led Manchester United not just into Europe, but they've sent Manchester United into the Champions League for next season. Bruno Fernandes is going absolutely nowhere. Bruno Fernandes is going absolutely nowhere. We would be lost without him. We would have no creativity. We would have no captain. We'd have no leader. And we would be lost without that guy that can provide magic when Manchester United need it at some of the most ups and downs that we all go through as a fan base supporting this football club. Smash the like button. Please drop a follow. Would really, really appreciate it. Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. I didn't expect it to be as comfortable as what I thought it was going to be. Obviously, Brighton have been chasing European football on the final day of the Premier League season today. And as it currently stands, Brighton will be in Europe. Brighton will be in European football for next season. But it's probably not the competition that they probably want to be in. But at the end of the day, they've still got the result that they kind of needed, but they didn't want to face. But they still are going to be in Europe next season despite this 3-0 defeat. So congratulations to Brighton. I think you've also got to congratulate Sunderland. And I think you've also got to congratulate Bournemouth as well, because all three of those clubs are going to be European clubs next season. Who expected Sunderland to be in Europe? Who expected Bournemouth to be in a European club? And who expected for Brighton to get into Europe as well? So I just want to give a massive shout out to everybody that supports all three of those clubs, that you are going to be in Europe next season. So massive congratulations to all three of those clubs. And I wish you guys all the best for next season. Archie says it's a beautiful match. Nobody talking about Sunderland. Best season at all time from a promoted team, says Gary. Exactly. I reckon next season is going to be between Arsenal and United, says TT Lucas. It was a beautiful game. It was a beautiful result. And what a way to clinch all 3 points. And for Bruno Fernandes to break the all-time assist record, he has to go down as a legend of this football club. He has to go down as a legend of this football club. No one can take it away from him. No one can take it away from him. He's in Premier League history now. This guy is in Premier League history for the most assists in one season. To get 21 assists this season and to break the record that has been held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne, that is some going for a player where Manchester United looked nowhere in January. We looked absolutely lost in January. We sacked our manager. We were on the floor. We were nowhere near Europe. We've got into the Champions League. We have finished third. We have finished above Liverpool and Villa and Chelsea and Newcastle. All of those clubs finished above us last season. And it goes to show, when you've got such a great captain and a leader and a guy that can create magic at the most unlikely of times for this football club, it goes to show how great of a player Bruno Fernandes actually is. Manchester United need to buy 3 English Premier League proven players: Sandro Tonali, Elliot Anderson and Mateus Fernandes. Your opinion? I expect the Mateus Fernandes deal to massively hot up now, because obviously West Ham have been relegated. It is full time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 1, Everton 0. So West Ham have been officially relegated to the Championship. They're playing Championship football next season against teams like Lincoln City, Cardiff City and Bolton Wanderers. That record is a scam. Not even 10 assists when free kicks and corner kicks are scrubbed, says Profound Samurai. Tonali isn't leaving Newcastle and Anderson won't be signing either. You never know what's going to happen. Please drop a follow, smash that like button. Let's seriously get as many followers and as many likes by tapping that screen today for Bruno Fernandes. Honestly, what a guy, what a player. Where would we be without him? We would be lost. We would be absolutely lost. We would have no creativity. You've got no captain. You've got no leader. Yes, he can be frustrating at times, and he does, throw his arms about quite a bit. But that is down to dedication. That is down to passion of a player that Bruno Fernandes actually is. And I'm going to go down and say, in my opinion and in my view, Bruno Fernandes is the greatest Premier League midfielder this league has ever seen. And that might be a big statement. That might be a big statement from myself, but I'm going to go down and say it. For me, Bruno Fernandes is a legend of this football club. And for me, he has to go down as a legend of one of the greatest midfielders this league has ever seen. To get 21 assists, to beat Kevin De Bruyne, to beat Thierry Henry, that record has been there for years, for decades. That has been there for so long. And for him to not just equal it against Forest, but to break it against Brighton today, you have to go down and say, Manchester United aren't Manchester United without Bruno. Bruno was world class as MIS. This is a Manchester United big team. Bruno was world class. Bruno's the best player in the Premier League history, says, come on United. Weren't United fans all wanting him sold in January or last summer? Massive win for United. Bruno assist record. Carrick doing the needs. Fans back together for the Champions League. Exactly. What on earth have I just heard, says Isaac. Come on United, says Profound Samurai. Can't believe Spurs are celebrating 17th. I'd be so ashamed, says Josh. So would I, to be fair. Bruno is the best Premier League player in Premier League history. Where is the bus parade, says Phil. No, we never wanted Bruno sold. What trophy for United, says Little Toilet Roll. With the right signings in the summer, says Josh, United will be in the title race. Hello to Reed_Games51 in the live chat as well. Remember to smash that like button by tapping the screen and to drop a follow. You guys have been absolutely electric this season. You guys have been there through thick and thin, through all the ups, through all the downs. You guys have been immense this season. Yes, it's been an up and down season. Yes, last year it was looking very bleak. it was looking very, very shit. And with Ruben Amorim, we looked absolutely lost. But the job Michael Carrick has done since January to lead United back into Europe, back into the Champions League, has been nothing more than an absolute miracle. It's been an absolute miracle to turn this around. I just want to say quickly, congratulations to Sunderland, who are playing Europa League football next season. Congratulations to them. They've had the best ever season from a promoted side. Sunderland are playing Europa League football, Thursday night football for Sunderland next season. So congratulations to Sunderland fans, supporters, the staff, the manager, the coaches, everybody connected with Sunderland. Well done. You've got into Europe in your first season back in the Premier League. And also congratulations to AFC Bournemouth as well, who are also playing Europa League football next season. Congratulations to the fans, the supporters, the staff, the club, everybody connected with Sunderland, Bournemouth and Brighton. Congratulations on all securing European football next season. We are going to have 8 English teams in Europe next season. We are going to have 8 English teams from the Premier League in Europe next season. Something that never looked likely at the beginning of the season. But what it can basically go down and say, this league is the best league in the world. This league is the best league in the world. Honestly, the Premier League is absolutely better than all the rest. Forget Serie A, forget the Liga, forget the Bundesliga. This is the best league in the world. By the way, it's Crimo Guy 51. I changed my name. Fair enough, mate. I like the new name. It's absolute epic. Bowen to Hull City. Here we go. Fernandes from West Ham is most likely to come to United now, says Fred's big bollocks. Yeah, exactly. I speak to Liam Miller from Hull. Championship is better, says Droller. Please drop a follow. Tap the screen. Would really appreciate it. What a day for Manchester United. What a result. We've kept a clean sheet. We took Brighton to 6s and 7s because Brighton were absolutely all over the place. If I was a Brighton fan, I wouldn't be celebrating European football the way they're probably going to be sending it next season. But you've been taken to the cleaners by such a brilliant Manchester United performance. It was good from start to finish. We absolutely clicked from kickoff. And I expected this game to be a lot tougher. I'm not going to lie. I honestly expected this to be a lot tougher today. I thought Brighton would have been such a tougher test. And I didn't expect to take Brighton to the cleaners today. I expected Brighton to give us a really good game. But that's 4 defeats in a row for Brighton. That's 4 defeats in a row for Brighton and Hove Albion. Can they turn it around? And will they last in the Europa Conference League next season? Only time will tell. If we wanted him sold, we could have got stupid money for him. But no, Bruno put his fingers up at them. West Ham will be back, bro, says Damien. Is that 8 English teams in Europe? Yeah. Manchester City, Arsenal, Manchester United, Aston Villa and Liverpool are all playing Champions League football. Bournemouth and Sunderland will be in the Europa League. And Brighton will be in the Europa Conference League for next season. Brighton kind of stuck on it on us mid-second half. Yeah, I think the third Manchester United goal absolutely killed Brighton. I think the third goal absolutely killed Brighton. There was no way back at 1-0. There was no way back at 2-0. And then the third goal absolutely killed anything that could have happened for Brighton. Absolutely killed any chance of them getting back in that game. Rolex says, I'm so much happy Bruno broke that assist record today. Bro, why is Brighton happy? Because Brighton are celebrating in Europe. Brighton are playing Europa Conference League football next season. And yes, it's not the Champions League. Yes, it's not the Europa League. But Thursday night football, I probably would expect Brighton to go all the way and win it now. But again, that's a tell for another story. Sunderland are truly amazing. 7th after promotion, says Kai. Exactly. Sunderland are playing European football next season as well. Just want to say thank you for beating them. Sunderland now in Europe. Whoop, whoop. Exactly. Bruno is better than Henry, says Wayne. Now we need to sign Fernandes, says Raheem. Thanks for the follow, Rolex. Please tap the screen, everybody. Smash and drop a follow. What a season. What a result. And to go and batter Brighton the way we battered them, it took me by surprise. But again, the first goal from Patrick Dorgo, it's been his first start back in the team since his injury. and Bruno Fernandes provides the record-breaking assist to get Patrick Dorgu his first goal since the return from his injury. I couldn't be happy for Patrick Dorgu. I am so happy for the guy. And for him to score the goal from the Fernandes assist, it is basically icing on the cake for Manchester United and for Bruno Fernandes. Saw Bruno talking to Belieber, agent Bruno. Glory, glory, Man United, says Carl. I'm so happy Ahmad played well. Yeah, Ahmad had a fantastic game as well. Ahmad was fantastic. Mbeumo was very good. Fernandes, of course, broke the record. Patrick Dorgu also had a very good game. It could have been 4. It could have been 5. It could have been 6. We took Brighton to the cleaners. We absolutely took them to cleaners. They were at 6s and 7s. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect it to be such an easy game. I did not expect it to be such an easy result. I thought Brighton were going to be a lot tougher than that. But if Brighton are going to play that in the Premier League next season, and they're going to play like that in Europe, I think Brighton are going to have a very tough season, especially when you've lost your last 4 games in a row. I love when you mention my name on the biggest show right now. No problem, Rolex, you're a legend, mate. I'm so happy Ahmad played well, says John Joe Shelby. I fuming Spurs won't won because West Ham won 3-0 and that would have put Spurs down, but it's still a big club. Carrick out, says Wayne. Carrick out, Glazers out, says Wayne. Second goal we scored was the definition of a team goal. Exactly. We didn't even look like we were trying too hard, to be fair. Belieber United, says Wayne. I think, obviously, preparation for next season begins now. And don't be surprised if deals start happening now and very quickly. Do not be surprised if the Mateus Fernandes deal to Man United happens. Don't be surprised if the Ederson deal also happens in the next 48 hours as well, because that looks like that's going to happen. So this has been a fantastic weekend. It's a fantastic result. And what a way to end the season. Like, to win 3-0 against Brighton, to take them to the cleaners and to basically clinch third, get Champions League football, and to also finish above clubs that finished above us last season and gave us the banter that they thought was banter. I'm sorry to say, we're going to be the ones giving them banter back this season, because we've achieved a season finish that never looked likely in November. It looked unlikely at Christmas. But we've got to May and we're in the Champions League. We finished third. We have finished behind runners-up Man City and Premier League champions Arsenal. Hello to Hannah in the live chat. Was the West Ham players crying in Saz Raheem? I wasn't watching the game, mate. I was just flickering through all the games, to be fair. Has Bruno been given that assist today? Said Badman 198504. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes has been given that assist. Bruno Fernandes has been given that assist. He has broke the record. It's officially his now. And it looks like I'm doing a West Ham career mode next FIFA. Well, West Ham are playing Championship football next season. I feel sorry for the fans. I feel sorry for their supporters. But will West Ham come straight back up? Will West Ham be the team to beat in the Championship next season? Only time will tell. And that's the story for another day. But the 3 relegated clubs are Wolves, Burnley and West Ham. And 2 out of the 3 promoted clubs have survived. So that goes to show that these promoted clubs are getting closer and closer for Premier League survival by what's happened this season. Elliot Anderson and Sandro Tonali will be a better fit in our midfield next season. I still expect Elliot Anderson to go to Man City. Tonali possibly could happen if Anderson does go to Manchester City. If Tonali is possible, United will do that deal. But again, we have to celebrate Bruno Fernandes. We have to celebrate the genius of Bruno Fernandes. Yes, I've been critical at him with times. Yes, he's made stupid decisions. Yes, he flaps his arms about like a bloody bird taking off from the ground. But at the end of the day, we would be absolutely lost without him. We would be lost without him. Without his assists, we probably don't score the goals that he's provided. We probably don't find the back of the net without him, without his assists. The guy is just an absolute genius. Like, where would we be? Like, seriously, that's the question. And there's over 300 of you guys watching. Please drop a follow. Tap the screen. We could try and hit 5,500 today. It would be fantastic for this channel to get you guys involved. Or maybe West Ham, I'll do my club blessed and get back-to-back relegations. But yeah, it's just a fantastic result. And to keep a clean sheet on the South Coast as well, it goes to show that when you change the team up and make a few changes, it absolutely goes fantastic. I thought Mason Mount had a good game. I saw a better Ahmad with Mazraoui at right back instead of Dalot. Ahmad looked a lot better when you've got Mazraoui in the right back position and considering to Diego Dalot. Luke Shaw, for the first time ever, has also broken Premier League history for the first time in his career. He's played 38 games in a row. Luke Shaw has played 38 Premier League games in a row. Like, the guy has been riddled with injuries since he broke his leg in 2 places. But fair play to Luke Shaw as well. We have to give Luke Shaw a lot of credit. That injury could have ended his career. That injury could have ended Luke Shaw's career. And yes, at times he's not the best player. Yes, at times he can frustrate us. But his determination, his passion to get back fit and to get back playing has to be appreciated. And he's improved us massively. He has done very, very well this season to keep himself fit, keep himself away from injuries. And yes, he's picked up a few knocks here and there. But at the end of the day, he's played 38 Premier League games and has come through all 38 without injury, without a knock. He's done fantastic. A full season with Carrick, and I reckon he ought to be challenging for the title next season, says Northern Collie. Bruno is the best midfielder in the world, says Andy AL. Exactly. I completely agree. Everyone tap the screen. Smash the follow button as well. Bruno Fernandes is a legend of this football club. Bruno Fernandes is an absolute legend of this football club. You can't take that away from him. Without this guy, we've got no midfield. We haven't got no midfield if you don't have Bruno Fernandes. We haven't got no midfield. You've got no creativity. You've got no assist machine. And to break Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne's records that have been there for decades, have been there for absolute years. And this is what he's done today. He has broke the all-time assist record in a single season. 21 assists. 21 assists this season. Let's just think about that for a moment. Had anyone ever... Hey, bro, how is it going? Says that United guy. I'm brilliant, thank you. We will never die. We never die, says Anti Larty. What an assist it was, too, from Mr. Rip King. Exactly. It was a brilliant assist. And it was a fantastic goal from Patrick Dorgu as well to get United in front, where it was looking quite cagey. Brighton, before that first goal went in, did create the better chances, but they didn't take the opportunities. And I think as soon as we got the first goal, we rarely settled down and we controlled the game as soon as we got in front. And I think that set us on the towards of a positive note to then find the second goal. And I tell you what, the second goal is absolute pure football. The second goal is absolute pure football. The play between Ahmad and Mason Mount. And thank you for the heart, me. Very much appreciated. Tap the screen, everybody. Drop me a follow. Would like to get you guys involved. Sam's put Arsenal with a trophy emoji next to him, celebrating the Premier League title. Obviously, congratulations to Arsenal, the fans, the supporters, the staff, the manager, the coaches, everyone connected with the club. Well done on winning the league. You have been the better team, but I think VAR has come to your rescue a lot of times this season. But that, again, is a story for another day. Everybody's welcome on here. No matter what football club or football team you support, everybody's welcome on here. And if you 600 people that are watching can drop me a follow, we potentially could hit 6K right here, right now. So drop a follow, smash that like button, tap the screen. Would really appreciate it. But yeah, it's just been a fantastic season. The revival since January has been absolutely amazing. Even I didn't expect this. Even myself didn't expect this to happen this season. I did not expect Champions League football. I didn't even expect to be in Europe, for fuck's sake. Like, I honestly expected Carrick to get us a top 10. And that possibly might have been a positive, that we've gone from finishing 14th to 15th last season to finishing 3rd this season in 2 years. I never would have expected it. Like, Ruben Amorim took this football club so far backwards. It was unfreaking believable. Big up Manchester United, says Oliver. Take me home to the place I belong. Thanks for the follow, Erie. Appreciate that, mate. Thanks for Lando Norris one for pinning a comment. I wasn't expecting a 3-0 United today. I knew Bruno would do the assist. Getting Carrick a few weeks earlier after he might have challenged Arsenal for the title. Carrick's my manager, says that United guy. It was just a fantastic performance. But again, we have got to celebrate the genius of that second goal. That second goal was absolutely beautiful to watch, wasn't it? The play between Mason Mount and the play between Ahmad was absolutely magical to watch. Ahmad's had a better game today. Ahmad has had such a big game today. And he's been so much better when you get Mazraoui back in at right back. Has anybody noticed that? As soon as you get Mazraoui in at right back, Ahmad becomes a better player. And I don't know why that is. It's a really, really weird one. But Ahmad seems to come alive when Mazraoui's in the team compared to Diego Dalot. And I think there's a lot better of a combination and build-up play between both players. And I think that's why, you know, Ahmad's had a good game. But thanks God, Carrick. Spurs down next season, definitely. Yeah, you know, this season is very hard. I hate to be negative, but I'm still nervous about next season. Yeah, there's going to be nerves. There's going to be anxiety. Of course, you never know. You are afraid of the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen next season. Even myself, I don't know what's going to happen next season. I don't know. No one can predict what's going to happen. Are we fighting for Champions League football again? Can we fight for trophies? Can we fight for the league? We don't know what's going to happen. But without Michael Carrick coming in, we probably would be in this position. And I'm going to back Michael Carrick. I really want this to work. And I really, really hope his leadership and his coaches can take this club next season even further. Even if we can finish like second and win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup and get top four, you're still in the Champions League. You've got 2 trophies. And if you can finish league runners up, you sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Great for Fernandes to get 21 assists. He's a class player. He well deserves it, says Chris. Exactly. Congratulations, Bruno Fernandes, says Ben. Congratulations on Sunderland making Europa League 2 after all the doubters. Exactly. Please tap the screen. Drop me a follow. Would really appreciate it. Will Bruno be among the Premier League legends after breaking the assist record? Yes. Bruno Fernandes isn't just a Manchester United legend. He's a Premier League legend as well. And I'm making a big statement on him. He is the greatest midfielder I've ever seen in this league. I've seen Steven Gerrard. I've seen Frank Lampard. I've seen Cantona. I've seen David Beckham. I've seen many, many midfielders. Scholes, Carrick, Keane. I've seen them all. But no one comes near Bruno Fernandes. No one comes near him. I reckon under Carrick you could go far in the Champions League. I reckon they could challenge for it, says Reed_games, potentially. Bruno needs a Premier League before he leaves, says OJ Parney. Yeah, he does need to win a league title. He does need to win the Premier League. That definitely needs to happen. That definitely needs to happen. And I would love that to happen. I would love to win the Premier League and get Bruno Fernandes a Premier League winners medal. Of course. I'm absolutely with you. Rooney over Bruno says, hey, 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 hey. I respect that. I respect that. But again, what Bruno Fernandes has done, he's broken a record that never looked like it was going to be broke. And to do that in a single season takes guts. It takes determination. It takes passion. And it takes a lot of balls to go and do what Bruno Fernandes has done. It takes a lot for what Bruno Fernandes has achieved. Especially with the signings you could make, it fits Carrick's system. Exactly. Respect for Bruno, says Jared. Especially in this season as well. And yes, a lot of people probably would say this has probably been the shittest Premier League season ever. Because obviously Man City have ran away with it. And so have Arsenal as well. They have been the best 2 clubs in England. Let's not take that away from them. They have been the 2 pace setters at the start of the season right till the very end. Bruno is a legend. He deserves a Ballon d'Or. Bournemouth vs Sunderland. No one predicted that at the start of the season. Exactly. And Brighton as well. Carrick versus Arteta next season. Who do you want in the midfield? Tap the screen. Drop a follow. Would really appreciate it. We are only 30 followers away from 5,500. And there's over 500 of you guys watching. So if you haven't dropped a follow, what are you guys doing? Everybody's welcome on there. Let's celebrate history-making, record-breaking Bruno Fernandes on this match reaction. He's just absolute guy we would be lost without with. Honestly, he's my favourite player. He's my favourite midfield I've ever seen in the Premier League. Even if he wasn't at Manchester United and he did what he did today for another club like City or Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, I would still applaud what he's done. I would still applaud what he's actually done. Because to break the Premier League assist record, that takes a lot from him. Especially where we were in January. We were absolutely nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. Who do you want in the midfield? For me, it would be Tonali, Anderson. I would go Chouamini, but I'm asking a lot there, and I don't think we're going to get all three. What about signing Robert Lewandowski on a free this summer? It would help Sesko development. It's a good shout from Jamie. Would you take Lewandowski on a free? Good shout there from Jamie. Jamie, good to pin the comment there. Would you guys take Lewandowski on a free? Out of all the teams linked to him, I think Hayden Hackney would suit United's play style. Potentially, because obviously Middlesbrough aren't playing Premier League football next season. Maybe Hayden Hackney is somebody that we look at for the end of the season. Because obviously Middlesbrough aren't playing Champions League football. And obviously, commiserations to Middlesbrough after yesterday's playoff final defeat. I think you guys will bounce back next season and maybe go again. But honestly, the brilliance of Bruno Fernandes has got to be... We need a documentary. We need a Netflix documentary. We need a Man United documentary on what a guy Bruno Fernandes absolutely is. Like, honestly, 21 assists in a single season. It's never been done by anybody. Like, seriously, that's legend status. That's legend status, in my opinion. Imagine if you got Kane or Valverde, says Reed_Games51. I'd say go and sign Harry Kane. If we are going to go for a player age plus 30, take me home United Road to the place I belong to Old Trafford to see United. Take me home United. Next season's Bruno's will be the crate at the back of his jersey. Exactly. Can Bruno Fernandes do it again? Can Bruno Fernandes break his own record next season? He's got 21 assists this season. Can he do it again? Can he do it again, what he's achieved this season? If you've got the right players around him, and you've got the right midfielders, and the right attacking three, then anything is possible for this guy in a Man United shirt. Honestly, it feels so great celebrating such a fantastic win, a fantastic performance. We've kept a clean sheet. We saw Noah Garte, so that's probably going to be his lot. Joshua Zirkzee, that's probably going to be his last performance. Malacia obviously is going on a free. No Casemiro, played his last game for us last week, so he's going to be off as well. So the rebuild for Man United is probably going to start this week, in my opinion. I think the rebuild is going to start this week. I don't think Man United are going to mess about. I hope we're not going to go backwards and forwards and take weeks and weeks on deals again, like we usually do. I want to get deals over line, signed, sealed, delivered. See what I did there? Stevie Wonder. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Exactly. But anyway, let's just celebrate the fantastic season. Exactly. Honestly, it's just a fantastic result. It's a fantastic win. We've kept a clean sheet. 3 points as well. We have finished above Liverpool. No one expected that. We have finished above Chelsea. We have finished above Newcastle. We finished above Villa and Brentford and Bournemouth and Brighton. None of us expected Manchester United to even finish above Liverpool. Not the defending Premier League champions. No one expected us to even finish above Villa. No one expected us lot to get anywhere near Man City and Arsenal. But we ain't far away. I wouldn't say we are actually that far away from actually closing in. If we get the midfield right, and we add a goal-scoring striker and a left-back and maybe another right-back, a centre-back, a backup goalkeeper, a left winger, I don't think we're going to be far away. I don't think we're actually going to be that far away from actually closing in. I don't think we're actually going to be far away because we've only finished, what? How many points have we finished off Man City? How many points have we finished off Arsenal? We're not far away. We ain't actually that far away. We are almost there, says Tony Brown. Exactly. Please tap the screen, drop a follow. Chelsea bottling Europe. Europe is the most amusing things this season. I would love to know how Garnacho's feeling right now. Should we all just take a minute of silence just to absolutely banter the shit out of Chelsea? They said, we're going to finish above United. We're going to sign Garnacho. I've gone to Chelsea to win big things. I want to win trophies. I want to be in Europe. They're not even in Europe next season. Chelsea have got no European football. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. Mate, you have 0 European football and no manager. Relax. Chelsea's been mid-table. Is hilarious. My biggest team in the league is Liverpool. I'm so happy finished above them, says Rolex. If we get Tonali, Edson, Matheus Fernandes, we'll get closer to the top 2 next season. Wasting tons of millions for the 10th is showing how dreadful Chelsea is. Exactly. Spending all that money might not get you places. Spending all that money might get you absolute nowhere. And for Chelsea to finish behind Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, Liverpool, Villa, us, Man City and Arsenal is absolutely banter. It's absolute banter. Remember when Garnacho said, I don't regret how it ended. I didn't regret leaving. I don't regret how it finished there. Remember when he said that? Remember when Garnacho said that? Please tap the screen. Drop a follow. Would really appreciate it. Relegation fodder next year, United. I completely disagree. We ain't going to get relegated. We're playing Champions League football. We're a Newcastle. We're a Chelsea. We're a Tottenham. Are they in Europe next season? No, they're not, are they? They're not in Europe, are they? At least we're in Europe. At least we're in the Champions League. Because I don't see Chelsea's name anywhere. I don't see Tottenham's name anywhere. And I don't see Newcastle's name anywhere. And all of them finished above us last season. And Chelsea are a banter club. Can't even win the FA Cup. So they're not in Europe. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for a club like Chelsea not to be in Europe. It's absolutely banterish. And I've got no sympathy for Garnacho. And I have got no sympathy for Chelsea Football Club. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. And do you know what, Garnacho? It goes to show, if you would have changed your attitude and you wouldn't think that you're bigger than the football club, Garnacho might still be here. Garnacho might be here still, but that's his own fault. So let him cry in his own tears. So sorry, West Ham, says Daniel. Garnacho is not listening, bro, says Jordan. Well, he might have to listen that he ain't in Europe and Chelsea are probably going to ship him out in the summer because he's crap. Please, everyone, tap the screen. Drop a follow. Would really appreciate it. What a day for Manchester United. A clean sheet. 3 points. A 3-0 win at Seagull FC. Chips, fish and banter for Brighton today on the seaside coast. His assist, is assist given to Bruno? Yeah, Bruno Fernandes' assist has been given. Bruno Fernandes' assist has been given. There was no need to worry. His assist has been given. It's all good. I'm sure he's crying with his paycheck. West Ham versus Mill will be the biggest game of football next season, says Lex Luthor. Garnacho may have been to be honest, Garnacho might have been the detriment of United if he stayed. Yeah, Garnacho could have caused problems. Please tap the screen, drop a follow, would really appreciate it. I just can't get over Bruno Fernandes. Like, the guy's a legend. The guy is an absolute legend. I can't believe he's broke this assist record in a single season. I honestly thought there's no way back for us in January. When Carrick came in, I feared the worst because I felt like it was going to be Solskjaer all over again. I didn't expect this turnaround. I didn't expect the performances to go up. I didn't expect the results to get improved. I didn't expect to be in Europe. I didn't expect to be in the Champions League. But here we are, celebrating Champions League football. We're in Europe. We've finished third. And that has all been since January. So the last turnaround in the last 5 months has been nothing more than remarkable. Making the Blues more banter is a good thing off Garnacho did. I'm pissed Spurs deserve to go down, says Billy. Yeah, Spurs have survived. Spurs have secured Premier League survival. And do you know what? I did call it that De Zerbi would still take them down. I called it De Zerbi would still get them relegated. But he's kept them up. And obviously that's because West Ham have been absolutely shit. I'm afraid. It's boring counter-attacking football. Not getting Champions League would have been another disaster league, though. Yeah, exactly, Kian. Completely agree. If we wouldn't have got Champions League football or any European football at all for next season, the summer would have been a disaster and next season would have been a disaster as well. We would have been probably playing 1 game a week. And a lot of people are going to mention that. Well, you've only got Champions League football and you finished third because you've been playing 1 game a week. Yeah, but we sacked our manager. We sacked our manager. And the turnaround since January in 5 months has been remarkable. No one expected Carrick to do this. No one expected Carrick to turn this around. Good thing they survived, but they will be a massive leave in the summer. Arsenal fans are hating on Bruno getting player of the season. Oh, let them hate. You know what their fan base are like. Why is everyone so miserable with third signings on the way? We're on the up. Exactly. Completely agree with Keane. Completely agree with Keane. He's made an absolute massive contribution with that comment. No one needs to be miserable. We're third. Signings are on the way, and we're on the up. Exactly. I completely agree. We have finished third. Signings are on the way. We're playing Champions League football. We're in Europe next season. We need to celebrate tonight. And I actually recommend Man United fans go and celebrate, because there's a fantastic result, a 3-0 win, a clean sheet, a game that we absolutely dominated from start to finish. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be as comfortable as what I expected it to be. I honestly thought Brighton were going to give us a game. I honestly expected Brighton to give us a lot tougher game. I honestly expected Brighton to absolutely go head to toe with us. But that Brighton team are absolutely shit. Like, that Brighton team are absolutely dreadful. I didn't expect it to be as easy as what I expected it to be, because Brighton have got good players. Brighton have got a good team. They've got good players. But at the end of the day, they made it so easy for us. And at the back, we absolutely tore them apart. Their defence at the back is dreadful. Brighton defensively are absolute shocking. They are absolutely shocking. They was afraid of us. Yeah, it did feel like, from a Brighton perspective, they were shit scared to take us on. And that 3-0 was all for nothing, says Darkfire. Bruno is a better playmaker than Messi. That's a big statement, and I respect it. If you think Bruno is a better playmaker than Messi, I'm going to respect that comment. Everybody's views and comments are respected on here. Yeah, maybe Brighton were afraid of us. Maybe Brighton were already guaranteed to get in Europe. Maybe they didn't really want to try, because they're only going to be playing in the Europa Conference League. Maybe they thought, well, we don't really need to go all guns blazing on United. But it did feel like they were scared. I don't know why Brighton played the way they did, but I think from Fabian Hurtzler's side, that Brighton team are going to need investment in the summer. That Brighton team are going to need massive investment in the summer, because you can't be relying on Danny Welbeck and James Milner every week. You can't be relying on them every week. I don't think they're the players that Brighton are going to have to rely on for European football. I've got to go now. Bye. That's fine, mate. No, I always appreciate your support. What's your thoughts on Belieber? I'm not sure on Belieber. I don't think he really did anything when he came on. I don't think Belieber came into that Brighton midfield and changed anything. I don't think he actually did anything, to be fair. Tell me one club Bruno Magnificent can't start in. Exactly. Bruno would get in Real Madrid's team. He would get in Barcelona, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. He would get in all their sides. He would get in all their sides without a shadow of a doubt. No wonder he's been given Premier League Player of the Season. Like, no wonder this guy is Premier League Player of the Season. He's just a fantastic, fantastic player. He's a fantastic, fantastic player. Like, you take Bruno Fernandes out of Man United, we ain't Man United. You take him out our team, we're fucked. If you take Bruno Fernandes out of Manchester United, you ain't got no midfield. You ain't got no midfield. All you've got is basically Agate, Mainu and Casemiro, and that's it. But now, it's only going to be Bruno and Mainu, because Agate's been told to go, which is happening. Casemiro's going to go. I think Man United maybe show the door to Mason Mount, but I think Mason Mount had a good game today, but I don't think he was that good in the second half. But I think maybe they keep him as a backup off the bench, but I wouldn't be starting him in the midfield week in, week out if it was me. What price tag would you put on him if you have to sell? I think you're going to have to ask at least 100, 150 million or 200 million for Bruno at least. I'm sure next season either we win the league or we go second and win the year after. This guy generally farms views by being negative. Learn a lot of Goldbridge. We're not being negative. We've actually been massively positive on this match reaction, haven't we? And I think a lot of people can vouch for me. We've been massively positive in this match reaction. How are we? Please tell me how I'm being negative. Can I just quote how you think I'm being negative? We're celebrating a 3-0 win, 3 points, a clean sheet, and we're talking about a guy that has broken the Premier League assist record that has been held for decades, that has been held for absolute years, and apparently I'm being negative. I mean, I would get your facts right before coming at me, but I respect what you're saying. If that's your opinion, your view, great, it's respected. But I disagree with it. How am I not being optimistic? That's what I'm not really getting at. Jason says Bruno assist date. Exactly. What trophy, says Lewis. Sometimes it doesn't matter about trophies. Maybe it's trying to get Manchester United back into Europe and not being a banter club anymore and getting into the Champions League. Like, I know we didn't win the FA Cup, and I know we didn't win the Mickey Mouse Cup, which a lot of fans seem to celebrate. That's actually classed as a trophy. And apparently fans classed the Community Shield as a trophy as well, which ain't a trophy. It's a fucking dinner plate you can eat your tea off. But, honestly, we're playing Champions League football. We've just won 3-0. I'm not being negative. Like, we've seen a guy that's been given Premier League Player of the Season, which is well-deserved, well-respected. He's our leader. He's our captain. Without Bruno, we ain't got no midfield. You've basically got Manu on his own. You've basically got Manu on his own. You ain't got no midfield because Casemiro's not going to be here. Agate's not going to be here. And I'm good they're shifting both of them out because the rebuild, the midfield rebuild has got to be important. If you don't get this midfield rebuild right, this could all go wrong again. And then Carrick gets sacked and maybe Bruno thinks, do you know what, I'm off. You never know what's going to happen. Looks like we've got our first signing with the summer. Edison has verbally agreed a 5-year contract. Yeah, that Edison deal looks like it's going to happen. What would you rate the season out of 10? I'd probably give it a 7 or I'd give it an 8 because obviously the turnaround since January has been remarkable. We need 3 midfielders, says Alfie. Yeah, I do agree with you, Alfie. I think we need 3 midfielders, mate. I think you're absolutely bang on, buddy. We do need 3 midfielders. I would even sign 4. I mean, I would go and get Edison, Mateus Fernandes. I would then go and get Tonali. And I'd probably go and get Hayden Hackney out of Middlesbrough. That is probably what I would do. I would then get a left back. I'd get a right back, so that's 6. A left winger, that's 7. A striker, 8. A backup goalkeeper, 9. And a backup centre back would be 10. I think we need 10 signings. But I don't think it'll happen. I would love if we bought Coyote for right back. Yeah. Chelsea out of Europe, says Fiji Islands. Exactly. It's hilarious. Sunderland are in the Europa League, says Adam. Yeah. So are AFC Bournemouth. And obviously Brighton are playing Europa Conference League football. There's going to be 8 English clubs in Europe next season. This league is the greatest league in the world. This league is the greatest league in the world. Everyone tap the screen, drop a follow. Would really appreciate it. We are only about 20 to 21 followers away from 5,500. So please drop those follows and tap the screen. This match reaction has been fantastic. On the day that we have seen history made in the Premier League, a history that has been made in this division after so many years and so many decades. Oh, it's not Alfie, mate. It's absolutely fine, buddy. You don't have to apologise, mate. You're an absolute legend, buddy. You don't have to apologise for nothing. You're a big part of this community and you're an absolute legend. Sometimes we're not going to agree on opinions. Sometimes we're not going to agree on views, and that's great. That's great because everyone's entitled to view an opinion. You don't have to apologise for nothing, mate. You're an absolute legend, buddy, and I appreciate your comments. Honestly, you're a legend, mate. You don't have to apologise. When you want to be part of this, drop a follow and tap the screen. It would really much be appreciated. You're a legend on here. Where are you from, mate? I'm from the UK. West Ham in the Championship, says Adam, mate. Just got the news that Bruno's assist is under review. Bruno's written in history, says Finn. If Bruno Fernandes' assist is under review, that is absolutely ridiculous. If that's true, that is absolutely ridiculous. If that is true, that is absolutely ridiculous. If that's under review, that is absolutely ridiculous. If so, he's cooked. Well, we do actually have a bit of breaking news on transfers. We do actually have a little bit of breaking news. And I don't know if you guys want to hear this. Edison has verbally agreed a 5-year contract. United, well, club-to-club talks are advanced. Man United also keen on Mateus Fernandes and Tchouaméni. Elliot Anderson remains the dream target. Sandro Tonali would need to drop for Man United to move, while Carlos Baliba, Alex Scott are being looked at. João Gomez not on the current list despite being considered in January. Man United will sign at least 2 new midfielders. So it's actually looking very positive, isn't it? Please tap the screen. Drop me a follow. Would really appreciate it. Edison is awful, said Josh. Arsenal slipped an extra grand in PGML's pocket to get a disallowed for Henry. Let's hear it, said Adam. Edison is awful, said Josh. I quite like Anderson. You never know how they are going to perform until they are at the club. Yeah, exactly. That is very, very true. Everyone drop a follow. Tap the screen. Would really appreciate it. Would really, really appreciate it. We are only 17 followers and there's over 400 of you guys watching. Drop a follow. Tap the screen. This is a day of celebration. And you know what? I'm so happy for the fans. I'm so happy for the supporters. We have been on so much through the last couple of seasons, through the last couple of years. We've all been through so much. We have been through so much as a fan base. We have been through so much as supporters. But Michael Carrick has got us back. Michael Carrick has got Manchester United back. We're playing Champions League football. We've got into Europe. We have finished third. We have finished above clubs like Liverpool, Chelsea, Aston Villa and Newcastle. We have finished above fellow European clubs like Brentford and Bournemouth and Brighton, who all finished above us last season. So that goes to show that we are on the way up. We are on the way up and we're on our way back under Carrick. And let's hope it continues. Looking forward to West Ham versus Millwall next season. Says OT or Otti. United are back, says it's _:12. Exactly. I think United are back. But you know what? If you're going to give goal of the day on the final day of the Premier League season, if we're going to give a final goal of the season on the final day, are we going to give it to Man United's second goal or are we going to give it to Tom Kearney for Fulham's second goal against Newcastle? Because, honestly, that second United goal was so beautiful. That was prime Manchester United at that best. That combination play between Mason Mount and Amad Diallo was absolutely fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. Like the brilliance and the beautifulness of that football. We are definitely 10 times better in the transfer department. Edison is nothing like Agate. He is what United need. He is great on the ball, says Paulie. I watch a lot of Serie A. He doesn't complement that 8 very well. Anything can happen. Tap the screen. Drop a follow. Would really appreciate it. Let's hope Edison's going to be a good signing. I think in the next 48 hours, we're probably going to have a here we go. We're probably going to have a here we go in the next 48 hours from Romano. So I would look out for that Edison tweet because it is coming and it's coming very, very quickly. That's what she said. But yeah, it's a great result. It's a great day for this fan base and it's great for supporters. A 3-0 win, a clean sheet, and for Bruno Fernandes to break the all-time Premier League assist record. What a day. What a weekend. Like, honestly, I never thought a guy like Bruno would ever break the record. I never thought it would happen. I never thought Henry or De Bruyne's record would ever get broke either. But it goes to show what a player Bruno Fernandes actually is. He's our captain. He's our leader. He's inspirational. He's a role model. He's a hero. And he's somebody a lot of us all look up to as well. I think next season we will win a lot of trophies. Who's with me? Yeah, exactly. He's certainly a good player if we are in for him. Ineos have made some brilliant signings. I will back it, but I'm merely just expressing my opinion. You have yours and I respect it, which is great. Thanks for the follow, Izzy. Appreciate that. Everyone, we're 15 followers away from 5,500. Please drop a follow. Smash, tap the screen. Number Dorgu 13 plus number Bruno 8 equals 21. I see what you've done there. That is a brilliant comment. That's a brilliant comment. Can we just go back to user 10's comment? He's just put Dorgu's number 13 plus Bruno's number 8 equals 21. That is getting comment of the stream. That is a brilliant comment from user 10. That is, I actually never thought of that until you've mentioned it. Dorgu's number 13, Bruno Fernandes is number 8 equals 21. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Bruno to Dorgu and then Dorgu back to Bruno. So Dorgu got an assist for Bruno and then Bruno gets an assist for Dorgu. Like, honestly, I'm absolutely lost. Nobody can go 100% success rate in signings. Yeah, exactly. We're only 11 followers away. We're 11 followers away from 5,500. So please drop those follows before we end and tap the screen. What a day, what a weekend, and what a result. A 3-0 comfortable win at Seagull FC. Fish and Chips FC. We've got more fish and chips than your local fish and chip shop. Honestly, I never expected it to be this easy. I never expected a 3-0 win today. I thought Brighton were going to absolutely go for it. But we went for it against Brighton and we delivered such a phenomenal performance, a phenomenal result. What a weekend for the fan base. What a weekend for the fans as well. What a day for Man United and what a day for Bruno Fernandes. He ain't just a Premier League legend. He's a Man United legend as well. And he's going to go down in the record and history books as, for me, in my opinion, Bruno Fernandes is the greatest Premier League midfielder ever. He's better than Gerrard. He's better than Lampard. He's better than Keane and Beckham and Scholes and Carrick. For me, he is the guy that you always go to get Man United out of jail. It's like using the get out of jail free card on the board game Monopoly. Honestly, it's a fantastic day. I'm so happy for Bruno. I'm so happy for him. I wasn't expecting the season to go like this, nor did I. I did expect Champions League football from January. I didn't even expect to be in Europe from January. And I didn't expect to finish third. I didn't expect to finish above Liverpool, Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle and Spurs. I didn't expect to finish anywhere near this, but it's been fantastic. And if we're going to give player of the match to anybody, I'm guessing this live chat is going to say Bruno Fernandes, yeah? If we're going to give the live chat player of the match, I'm guessing we're all going to go for Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. He plays for Cristiano. Let's go. Do you think we signed Tonali? Says Lex Luthor. You never know. Dorgu for me, says Josh. Bruno Magnifico Fernandes. I like that. I do like that. Please tap the screen. Drop a follow. We're only 8 followers away from 5,500. Come on. Let's hit this before we get off in 2 minutes. Honestly, it's been a fantastic day. A fantastic result. Where were Spurs in January? Exactly. Where were Spurs in January? That was a very good point. Where were Spurs in January? But what a weekend. Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. 8 English clubs are in Europe next season. Congratulations to AFC Bournemouth and Sunderland who are playing Europa League football next season. Sunderland have gone from playoff championship winners to the Europa League in a single season. Congratulations to Sunderland and Bournemouth. Congratulations to Brighton and Albion for Europa Conference League football as well. Well done to all the 5 teams that are playing Champions League football next season as well. And well done Manchester United. Well done Bruno Fernandes. Well done Michael Carrick. What a season. What a turnaround. We have finished third. We're playing Champions League football. We're in Europe. What a season. What a turnaround. We've got a record-breaking player in our team now in Bruno Fernandes, who's broken the all-time Premier League assist record today on this Sunday evening. This weekend couldn't have gone any better, and it certainly ended with a bang. We've got more bang than a bottle of pop or a bottle of can opening up for a nice, refreshing drink from the pub or the Weatherspoons or a Domino's or a Pizza Hut or your local fish and chippy. Honestly, I love Bruno Fernandes. He's our club legend and we have a great season. You're going to back mid-table, says Jimmy. That is where we are going to leave this match reaction today. Thanks to each and every single one of you that has tuned in. Remember to drop a follow, tap the screen, smash the like button. Would really appreciate it. Brighton 0, Manchester United 3 on the final day of the Premier League season. Brighton, Bournemouth and Sunderland up in the Europa League. Liverpool, Villa, Man City, Manchester United and Arsenal are all in the Champions League. 8 clubs are playing in Europe next season. Well done to the Premier League. What a season. Thank you, Michael Carrick. Thank you, Bruno Fernandes. We are going to leave it there. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind to each other. You guys are legends. You guys are legendary. Without you, this community ain't nothing without you guys. Remember to drop those follows, smash the like button. And that is it for this season. But we're probably going to be back live in the next couple of days reacting to transfer news in and out of Manchester United. So remember to put those notifications on as soon as I go live by dropping those follows, tapping the screen for the likes. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please stay safe as well in this heat in the UK. It is extremely, extremely hot. So please stay safe and look after each other. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind to each other. You're all legends. You're all legendary. Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. I'll see all of you guys on the next one.